Hello and welcome to Freestyle here at Sam Boyd Stadium. Today we have 24 trucks ready to freestyle here. Racing is over, we have determined our winner, and if you haven't seen racing, I recommend going back and seeing that first. So, allow me to explain the rules for how freestyle will work. Alright, so for freestyle, every truck will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete their run upon hitting the first obstacle or doing a donut or some other kind of stunt. Anyway, once those 2 minutes and 30 seconds are over, then anything else the truck does afterwards will not be counted for the rest of the run. If a truck happens to roll over, it is allowed to roll itself back up. Recently, due to a BeamNG drive update, we've changed this rule a little bit, since oil pretty much starves the moment the truck flips over. So, again, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for each truck, and if they flip over on their wheels, they are allowed to roll themselves back over. But if they roll onto their roof and their wheels are not touching the ground, then they may not roll themselves back over, since it would pretty much be impossible for a truck to do that. So, let us get on with the event. And first up for freestyle today, we have Grave Hunter. They were one of the slowest qualifiers in racing, and they lost to High Roller, but let's see what this freestyle champion of Me Mayhem has for us here at the World Finals. Looks like he's found his obstacle, and up he goes, up over the crushed cars in the racing lane. Time has started, going for the van stack. Up he goes onto his side, lands it back down, pops it up on two wheels for a bit. Up into the bus area, going right up and over, landing it back down a little bit awkwardly, but the truck manages to stay on all of its tires, and he's putting it into reverse. Up he goes, coming right back down. Going up on two wheels and a little bit of a bump into the wall as he tried to go over the obstacle. Does a reverse backflip on the side, rolls it onto his side. And he's on his roof. Oh, nope, he landed right onto his side. Can he get himself out of there? And yes, he can. Grave Hunter recovers it, but now he has to try to straighten himself out here, it looks like. Alright, Grave Hunter seems to have gotten themselves out of there. Up and over the water obstacle. Popping a bit of a wheelie after it, going into the car pile over there as he had a little bit of a weird landing there. Off he goes, going for one of the big obstacles here. Up he goes, some pretty good air, landing right down on the racing lane crush cars. Truck still seems to be fine though after that landing. Going for the obstacle we went up before, up and over. Lands on the other side and right into a slap wheelie. Into the car pile, doing a bit of a front flip, breaking the shell. Lands on his rear tire. Can he recover himself before the time is up? He manages to recover with a little bit of time left on the clock, drives around a bit more, rolls it over, and time is now up for Grave Hunter. Up next we have High Roller, the other slow qualifier, but here they are for freestyle. High Roller going off to start their freestyle run. Gonna go for one of the racing lanes. Up they go. Coming right back down. This particular high roller has the engine in the front instead of the rear. I saw that a high roller originally had a front engine, so here we have high roller with the front engine. Going right up over the car pile, getting stuck by the van. Getting his rear tire stuck in there, can't get himself out. And it looks like High Roller can in fact escape the van and get himself on all four tires. Headed for one of the big obstacles here. Up he goes, lands it right back down. Jumps right up over the buses. High Roller trying to give us a donut, doesn't quite get it, rolls himself over. Can he recover? Yes, he can, and loses the middle part of the body there. Pops it into a bit of a sky wheelie off the side of the center ramp. Here he goes, up over the cars. Goes for the water obstacle now. Up he goes, another sky wheelie. And yet another donut from High Roller. Almost flips it over that time. Goes up over the crush cars. He's going for the buses yet again. Up he goes. Right onto the crush cars. Flipping him over. Can he recover? Landing on his side on the buses. He's going to use the bus to get himself right back onto all four of those tires there. Tries turning it around, flips it over yet again. Almost stuck on the roof there, but he manages to get it on the sides of his tires. Can he recover? And yes, he can. High Roller is able to recover from that. Pops a bit of a sky wheelie there. Comes right back down, pops yet another slap wheelie. He clips the water obstacle, and I think he just broke the front tire there. Trying to go for more obstacles that he runs into the shipping containers. Camera having some issues there, but that will be the end of the run here for High Roller. Up next for Freestyle, we have one of my personal favorites, Blue Thunder. This is a custom skin that was made by Jam Customs. And off he goes. Blue Thunder looking to start off their freestyle run. Looks like they found it. Up they go, right up and over the van stack. Going for the water obstacle. Up he goes. Clears the obstacle with some pretty big air there. Pops it up into a slap wheelie and crawls up the obstacle here. Comes right back down. Rolls it over. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Blue Thunder coming right back on all four tires. Trying to find the next obstacle to hit. Right up over some of the car stacks there. Up into the air, landing down on the crush cars. Pretty hard landing, it looks like. Going right up and over the racing lane. It looks like the 4-link bar in the front left broke. Yep, there it is, dragging along the ground. Right up and over the obstacle again, landing down hard. Gonna give a little tap to the wall there. And into a donut. Blue Thunder goes. Pretty good donut by Blue Thunder. Going up the backside of this center ramp, up into the air in a sky wheelie. Landing it back down. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Right up over the center ramp, going to land on the side of the tires there. Truck still seems to be fine other than the broken 4-link bar. Up over the pile of cars, landing on top of the van. Going for this bus obstacle here. Up into the air. Some more big air from Blue Thunder as he lands it right back down over the buses. Bring himself back around for the center ramp. Up into the air. Some big air once again. Up over the car stack. Goes on his side. Slams it right into one of the cars as time runs out. Looks like the front drive shaft broke. Can Blue Thunder keep it on all of his tires? He's trying. And it looks like he made it. Pretty good run by Blue Thunder. So far, it's probably the best of the night, but we still have quite a few more trucks to go. So let's go to our next competitor. Up next, we have Raisin Kane. This particular truck won the Freestyle at the Gillette Stadium event. So here they are at the World Finals. Can they take a Freestyle win here? Looks like they found their obstacle to go for. Up into the air, starting to run off. Absolutely huge. Pops a bit of a sky wheelie on the rebound there. Going back around for the racing lane. Up he goes. Some pretty big air off of that jump. A little bit of a bounce and a slap wheelie to boot. Right up over some crushed cars. Got a little bit of a bad hit there as he rolls over the shipping containers. Up he goes up one of the other obstacles. More big air as he lands it back down on the other side. Going for the center ramp now, it looks like. Yes, he will. Up he goes. Coming right back down with a nice little bounce. Going for the van stack now. Up he goes into the air. Lands it back down. Sticks it into a bit of a stoppie there on the front wheels. Off he goes, back towards the obstacles, up into the air, some huge air. Lands it down on the center ramp and keeps the truck going. Putting it in reverse over the ramp this time, up and over, right back down. Looks like he's trying to start a wheelie here. Doesn't quite have the speed to get the rotation he needs. Going back to the crushed cars. Up he goes. Right over the racing lane. Coming back down. Up the side of the obstacle here. Clipping the truck right on. Right straight again. Going for the van stack yet again. Up he goes. Right back down on the two wheels for a little bit. Up over the water obstacle. Landing nose first into the ground. Looks like this might be his last hit here. Up he goes into a bit of a nosedive. Can he save it? Yes, he can. And it looks like that is going to be end of the run here for Raisin Kane. Up next, we have Soldier Fortune Black Ops, winner of our 4th of July event. Here they are, here at Sam Boyd Stadium for the World Finals. Off they go, hunting down an obstacle to hit first. Looks like they're going for the van stack. Up into the air. And right back down for a nice small bounce. You go for one of these big obstacles here. Up he goes into the air. Absolutely high sky wheel. Lends it down hard on the rear suspension. Truck still seems to be fine. Sticks it up on the tailgate and comes out of it in a bit of a wheelie here. Although the front steering seems to be broken. That's definitely going to hurt the run here. right up and over the crush cars. Some pretty good air off of that. Into a slap wheelie on the rebound. Trying to get the truck turned around. Once again, the broken front tires definitely not helping this truck whatsoever. Flipping the road barriers there as he goes back into the stadium. Clips one of the ramps there, breaks the front wheel right off, and I think he broke some of the 4-link bars also. Definitely saw something break there. Can he get the truck back on its wheels? Driving the truck on one wheel as the front drive shaft is broken. Truck still on its side. Can he get the truck back over? It doesn't quite look like it as the truck's on its roof. Rests on its side, but it looks like Soldier Fortune is going to end their run here. And up next we have Rockstar Montoya, the freestyle winner of the Hot Wheels event. They were pretty fast in racing, both in Hot Wheels and here. But let's see what Rockstar Montoya has for us here in freestyle. Going for the car stack first. A little bit of an awkward hit there. The truck lands on the front wheel there. Up into the air, a huge sky wheelie as he lands it back down. Rolls the truck over. Onto the roof, but manages to get it on one of the tires. And saves the truck. Going for the center ramp now, up he goes, swings it a little bit to the side, lands it down hard. Truck still seems to be fine though, goes for the car stack again. Up into the air, onto the van. Bringing the truck around into a donut now. Pretty good donut by Rockstar Montoya. Going for the plus obstacle now. Up he goes. Onto the crush cars. Practically gets thrown off the obstacle. Come on, save it. Right onto the roof, and that will be an unfortunate end to the run here for Rockstar Montoya. Up next we have Scorcher, your freestyle winner of Truck Killer Biohazard. They have returned for the World Finals. Can they pull off a freestyle win here? Let's find out. Going up the bus obstacle on the side here. Going for the center ramp up into the air. Some nice air there. Landing it back down. Trying to avoid the water obstacle. That will destroy the truck if they hit it at a high speed. Up over the van from the side again. Pops it into a bit of a slap wheelie there. Up into the air over the crush cars. Up over the racing cars. Practically jumps over the center ramp there with the height that he got. Up into the air he goes. Some impressive air as he lands it down hard on the suspension there. There goes one of the bars on the axle. I have no idea where that came from. It looks like it was one of the 4-link bars for the right side. You can see the tire just kind of getting deep into the truck where it should be. Oh yeah, that was definitely one of the 4-link bars. That doesn't seem to be stopping Scorcher at all. Right into the next hit, lands it down once again. And it looks like the shock broke for that side too. Definitely slowing the truck down a bit, but not stopping Scorcher just yet. And I think it just broke the rear drive shaft as he's now stuck on the bus there. Scorcher able to free themselves after a little bit of trouble. That rear axle is practically now just there. Crawling over the racing lane. Scorcher doesn't seem to be stopping just yet, as there's still time left on the clock. Up over the car stacks. stuffs it into the van, gets stuck on the van as well. Rolls it right off the van, right back on all four wheels, even though two of them work. Still driving, that rear suspension just kind of bouncing around with the broken four-link and shock. Scorcher dragging themselves along the stadium floor here. The rear tires practically bouncing like they're the tires from the movie Cars. Trying to get this truck around. And time is now up for Scorcher. And it looks like that will be the end of the run here for Scorcher as well. Up next we have Gravedigger the Legend. One of two trucks to win twice. This particular truck won Racing and Freestyle at Monsters on the Beach. And they beat out Son of a Digger, who beat them in the previous event. They were matched up against each other. So let's see what Gravedigger the Legend has for us here at the World Finals. He seems to have found what he wants to start the run off with. Up he goes into the air. Pretty good landing on the other side. Off to the van stack. Up he goes. Clears the obstacle on the other side. Off he goes for the bus obstacle. Up into the air. Impressive air from Gravedigger the Legend as he crawls over the buses. They were previously mangled by Scorcher in the last run. Up over the racing lane, rear tire bumps the center ramp. That doesn't seem to stop the truck at all as he pops a bit of a slap wheelie off of that. Tries crawling over the crushed cars. Looks like he got stuck a little bit. Frees himself and just keeps on driving. Hitting the car stack. Landing the truck right back down. Almost leaving the stadium there. The almost goes down Thunder Alley. Driving through the slot machine. Pops a bit of a slap wheelie. Looks like he wanted to go for the bus obstacle, but the wheelie kind of messed him up there. Looks like something might be broken, because that truck is not turning as well as it wants to. Oh, the tire's flat. That would probably be why. Still flat tire, not Gravedigger the Legend. Still having a pretty good run out here. Popping a slap wheelie off the ramp. Up he goes onto his side. And will recover the truck. Crawling over the van obstacle. Coming right back down. Up over the crushed cars in the racing lane into a sky wheelie, lands it down on the tailgate. Truck still seems to be functioning despite that. Flat tire still giving the truck some grief here in the turn. Off he goes, pops off a wheelie as he starts up. Into a sky wheelie, lands down hard on the truck. Gravedigger the Legend just doesn't stop, and it looks like some of the sway bars in the back broke. And Gravedigger the Legend looks like he wanted to start a donut, couldn't quite get it as he rolls it over and saves it as time runs out. Gives it a bit more of a spin and lands it back down on all four wheels. And looks like that is the end of the run here for Gravedigger the Legend. Up next, we have our very first winner and competitor in the World Finals, Obsessed. This time on a bit of a different body than we saw him last. Still a pretty good body. In my opinion, it's a better looking body that the Ford Ranger. That's what it is. Looks like he's going to go up the backside of the middle ramp. Up he goes. Coming right back down onto the ramp there. Crawling up the side of the obstacle. Off to the van stack, up into the air. lands it down hard, it looks like, into a bit of a slap wheelie there. Driving into the dice. Usually there would be balloons in there, but that doesn't seem to be modeled here. And he goes for the buses. Up he goes, some impressive air. And practically jumps over the buses on the other ramp there. Off to the racing lane. Up into the air. Comes right back down and pops a slap wheelie to the other end of the stadium. Off to the water obstacle, up into the air. Slams it down pretty hard into the front there of the truck. Crawls right up and over the obstacle, sticks it down, does a bit of a flip almost, not quite. Lands it down hard on the roll cage and will recover the truck. Up over the racing lane. Slamming it down on the front wheels into a bit of a slap wheelie once again. Bringing the truck around up and over the car pile. Into the racing lane again, up over the crushed cars. And into a donut. Almost flips the truck there, the rear axle just throws itself into the air. Going for the center ramp. Up he goes. Going for the car stack and into the van. Right down onto the van. The van practically throws him off. Can he recover? Yes, he can. Obsessed throws it in reverse and goes over the car pile as time runs out and then slams it right into the water obstacle. Rolls the truck over and looks like he broke the 4-link bars on the rear axle there. Otherwise, the drive shaft is still intact. Anyway, with that run, let's go on to our next competitor. Up next, we have Spoderman. Your racing winner from Meme Mayhem. They have returned for Freestyle here at the World Finals. Had a bit of a crash in qualifying, but here they are. Starting off the run with a donut here from Spoderman. Pretty good donut there from Spoderman, and he then goes into the racing lane, and it looks like that might have overheated the engine a little bit. Seeing as there's smoke now coming out of it, that doesn't seem to stop him as he hits the car pile, slams the truck into a shipping container, and puts it in reverse over the van. Going for the water obstacle, maybe he's going to try to cool off the engine. Doesn't look like it as he jumps over the whole thing, pops a bit of a slap wheelie, puts in a bit of a spin, lands it down hard on the roof. And the truck rolls to its side, maybe he can get it back up onto its wheels. Yes, he can, as the truck just kind of rolls itself over and just like removes the entirety of the shell except the front flip there. Up and over the buses he goes, lands it down hard, spins the truck out once again. And we'll put it back on all 4 wheels. Up and over the crushed cars, landing back where he rolled the truck over. Doing a bit of a wheelie down the obstacle there. Off he goes to the crushed cars, up into the air. Almost did a bit of a slap wheelie on the rebound. Going back for the car pile. Sounds like the heat of the engine starting to get to him as it starts. You can hear it. Yeah, that engine's definitely not in the condition it was when Spoderman started this run. Going for the racing lane again, up into the air, coming right back down. Going back for the water obstacle. Is he going to try to cool the engine down this time? Lands in the water, puts it into a bit of a nosedive. Ooh, rolls it onto the roof. That's going to be the end of the run here for Spoderman. Up next, we have your second competitor in the World Finals, Hot Wheels Demo Derby, who got here at winning Freestyle at Angel Stadium. They lost racing to Obsessed, who was already here, so let's see whether Hot Wheels Demo Derby can enact a bit of revenge here by getting a higher score than Obsessed, if not just beating everybody else here in Freestyle. Looks like they're going to go for the center ramp here. Yes, indeed, but it looks like they want to set themselves up. And off we go, up the center ramp. Some pretty big air to start the truck off with. Going for the van stack, up and over the stack. Going for the water obstacle now, up into the air. Clears the entirety of the obstacles. It goes into the next obstacle to combo it up. Right up and over. Tries not to hit the wall there. And puts it into a donut in reverse. Pretty good donut there by Hot Wheels Demo Derby. He goes back to the center ramp. Comes right back down. Almost pops a bit of a slap wheelie there. Going for the van stack again, up and over. Going for the buses now. High up into the air, slams it right back down. Slams it down on the front suspension. Truck still seems to be fine as he does a little bit of a walkie across the stadium floor. Up into the air, lands right on the other side of the obstacle into a slap wheelie, before then being thrown back on all four tires by the water obstacle there. Coming back around to get his revenge on the obstacle, up and over again. Going for the crush cars in the racing lane, up he goes. Lining himself up for the side here as he then does a backflip off the ramp here. Saw what Grave Hunter did, wanted to do that again. Although this time looks like he's got himself stuck on the wall. Can he get himself off before time runs out? Yes, he can, as one of the tires deflates. Now he's on his side. Can he recover? Almost got it. There we go, right before time runs out. And looks like both front tires are flat. Oh yeah, both front tires of Demo Derby are flat. And with that, that will be the end of the run, as well as the end of part 1. So, I will see you again in part 2.